Hi folks, and welcome to an InkDependence.com brief video review and water drop test. Today we've got Pelikan's Edelstein Amethyst. This is the ink of the year for 2015. There's a little side cutout there. This is actually the only bottle of Pelikan that I have, and thanks very much for Apple Boom Pens for sending this out to me. I actually forgot that I had this one to review until I saw it sitting on the shelf and said, oh, I better get to that one. This is actually a really nice purple. It's a bit darker than what you see here. It's kind of a royal purple, I guess. Anyway, it feels pretty rich. Here's the bottle that's in there. These bottles are really kind of artsy. I like them a lot. They're, I don't know, each individual, I guess, because they're, I don't know, hand-blown or some such thing, but they're very cool. They have, how many milliliters of ink is in this sucker? This is, oh, it says extra soft ink. That's nice. On the back here. Extra soft ink. Yeah, well, there we go. Alright, does it tell me how many milliliters are on here? It does not. Ah, there we go. 50 mils. So, 50 mils, not too bad an ink supply here. These are a little bit pricey, but you get a very nice bottle and you get some very nice ink with this. My experience with Pelikans has been a little hit or miss. As far as ink goes, I don't have any of the pens, but some of them are actually pretty bleedy and others are really good. Like this one is actually a very good ink. Usually I hate purple, but man, there's been a couple of purples recently that I've said, you know, I could totally write with this. And I have been. So, this is what this ink is going to look like more or less. Let's take a look at the written review. It's a very nice bottle, by the way. I like it a lot. The only problem is that it's a bit shallow. So if you have a large nib, might have a little bit of a problem getting it in there. Let's see, what's got a big nib? Ah, this guy does. So, this is a number 6 nib, I believe. Maybe it's an 8, I don't know. But look at that. It's you know, going to be kind of hard to get in there. You can kind of go sideways, but you might have to resort to a syringe if you have a big nib and you get low on the sink. Alright, so there's that. Bottle is out of the way. Here is the written review bit. And as you can see there, this is an ink that does quite a bit of shading, actually. Here in the, whoops, there we go, that bit, you can see that it shades from sort of a lavender down to a real, I don't know, deep purple. Not as dark as the deep purple that Franklin Christoph used to have, but I haven't seen their new one. Allegedly, they have a new purple coming out, so maybe it'll be dark like this. But this is actually a very nice ink. It is extra soft. I like it's got a very smooth flow to it. And here I used, where are these pens? Where are those pens? Ah, here they are. There's one. This is Levenger L-Tech, and it's got a broad nib on it, so I used it for this review to give you a view on what broad nibs will do. And what they will do is this down here, which is just kind of a very, I don't know, kind of a deeper color because you're putting down more ink, of course, over a larger space. And so you get kind of a deeper color, but you do have shading up here in the L's and the T's and that sort of thing. And then I've also got it in this TWSBI right here, which is the 540, big brother of the 530, earlier than the current 580. Looks like I've got a little bit of ink or something right there behind the piston, but anyway, that's the color we've got going on here. Now I have washed this out of a pen and I don't remember it staining at all, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. But you can see it clings to the sides a little bit. The ink level is actually down here. It's hard to get the perspective right with the slant here. Anyway, so there you go. Those are the two pens I use there. And it doesn't really have any sheen that I can detect. Let's turn it against the light a little bit. Nope, just sort of a flat matte ink. So that's fine. Now, I say here a little bit that it feels kind of luxurious, it looks luxurious, and it does, and I can't tell you exactly why that is. But it definitely has a certain sort of feel to it that I really like, so that's cool. Even though it is a purple, and I should probably not like it, but nonetheless, there you go. But even in a fine nib, even with this one, it's very smooth. And I like it quite a bit, so it'll probably stay in that 580 or 540 for quite a while. I'll probably take it out of the L-Tech just because I want to use that for reviews, but not because I don't like it. Then here you have the comparison with several other blue inks and blue relatives. So this Ackerman number 4, which is kind of a cool ink. I've just started using it, but it's a little bit purplish to my eye. It's got a little bit of a violet tinge, but not nearly as purple as the Amethyst. I don't have any other purples lined up because I don't really use purple that much, but this one I might actually use. And actually, if you have it in a pen like this, it's only barely purple. It's so dark that probably you could get away with it in most cases. Now, I wouldn't necessarily sign bank documents with it or whatever, but nonetheless, pretty good ink. Usable for sure, definitely readable. Lammy's blue cartridge, which, I don't know, I was thinking about something else and messed up the lettering there, but whatever. That's Lammy's blue cartridge. I put one of those in this pen right here because I've just never actually used one of their cartridges, and I guess I didn't have a converter handy. I don't know, but I just never used one of their cartridges, so I decided to use one. And then Private Reserve Sherwood Green, which is also in cartridges. Kveiko's Ruby Red, which is good, very cool dark red. It's a little bit darker, I think, than it's appearing here on camera, but nonetheless, it's fine. Let's give me a little bit more brightness here. All right. And then down here, Seila Kiriguro, which is their pigmented black, nano black stuff, some ink on my fingers. But that's my new favorite black. I really like that. So anyway, you can see none of these are anything like this amethyst. In fact, I don't really have anything that's exactly like that as far as I can tell. I've looked through my purples, and nothing's exactly right. So anyway, let's see. Oh, let me do copy paper right quick. Zoom out. Here's the copy paper. Now, this is my 20-pound bond stuff from Staples, just regular old copy paper. There's a bit of bleed. If you look back here, this is the section we're looking at, there's definitely some bleed through with the big Levenger nib, but that is a big, broad nib. So, not super surprised, but there's not all that much. And then here with the finer Twisby nib, which runs a little bit on the dry side, I must say. You do get a little bit of, I don't know, I guess a little bit of bleed. Mostly it's just kind of show through, I think. It's not really, nothing egregious for sure, so I wouldn't worry too much about this one. You could definitely use both sides if you wanted to. Alright, so let's do the water test. Zoom in here. Alright, so here comes the syringe. And there we go. Whoop. Got a little crazy there. That's cool. No problem. Alright. You can see a lot of it coming up, but kind of also a lot of it sitting around. And some of it moving a bit. Just give it a little bit of a shake, let it slosh. Alright, time to wipe it away. Wipe, wipe, wipe. And there we go. Let's get this straight blotch. Yeah, no big deal. A lot of it came up. You do have a lot of pinky purple here. But on the actual page, the bit that sloshed up here, readable. This here, lines, readable. Dots, still there. So yeah, not too bad. Not even a whole lot of smearing, I gotta say. It's pretty good. So, more than I expected, actually. Alright. Now, time for the chromatography. We're going to put this. I'm running out of desk space. Real estate here. All right. Here we go. This is the chromatography. Go ahead and focus there. All right, cool. You can see down here quite a bit stuck around, so I probably shouldn't have been as surprised as I was about how much stuck around underwater, but nonetheless, I was surprised. And then a lot of the purple kind of fading off, which is exactly what we saw here, actually. A lot of that coming off to the top and being wiped away. But still a good amount there. So this one has some degree of waterproofness, or water resistance anyway. So there you go. That's pretty cool in purple ink. I like that. All right. So this has been Pelikan's Edelstein Amethyst, which comes in this very snazzy bottle. Thank you very much to Apple Boom Pens for sending this out to me all the way across the pond. If you are in Netherlands, go and check them out. And, there you go. That's that. All right. I am Mike. This is Ink Dependence. If you like what I'm doing here and want to help support the blog, please go over to patreon.com/inkdependence to find out how you can help. Every little bit helps. And I really appreciate the donations every month from my patrons. So very, very big thanks go out to all of my patrons. Thank you very much, and peace out.